Good morning, kids. It is Thursday, and I like to call it Thankful Thursday. All right, so what are we thankful for today? I'm thankful for so many things today. You know, waking up to a new day, it's sunny. I have my hot coffee here. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts that reminds me to be strong and courageous. There are many things today to be thankful for. So what are you thankful for? Are you thankful for your mom and dad, your brother or sister? Are you thankful for a favorite toy you have, a lovey? Are you thankful for video games or screens or a favorite movie? Just think about that for a minute. And let's thank God today for those good things that He has given us in our lives to enjoy. So now is the time to be thankful, right, during these times. And so we can look to God and be thankful today. So happy Thankful Thursday. Thank you for joining me today. And I have a fun object lesson, I want to call it. I want to use an object or three to share a truth with you today. So let's get started. So there's a story about a dad and his little girl. And his little girl, we'll call her Gracie, okay? And Gracie was having a lot of trouble. She was very unhappy and she was stressed out and worried, and she had a lot of feelings in her heart and just difficulties she was dealing with, and she was just upset. And you know, she loved her dad and she wanted to just tell her dad her problems, and her dad was a wonderful dad, and he listened to her and always helped her work through things and point her to Jesus. The cool thing about her dad is also that he's a chef. I don't know about you, but I love watching those cooking shows. They are so much fun to see people create beautiful works of food art with just regular food. Isn't that cool? So he was a chef, and he was listening to Gracie talk and her problems and just her difficulties. And he decided to go into the kitchen, which is where he knew best, all of his skills and things that he knew. And he got 3 big pots out. And in those 3 big pots, he put 3 different things. And I want to show you those right now. The first thing he put in one of the pots was carrots, raw carrots, beautiful orange raw carrots. The second thing was he put eggs. Now these were raw eggs. He put eggs in there. The third thing he put in was ground coffee into the boiling pot, and he into the pot. So he filled all 3 of those pots with water. He cranked up the heat and he waited for it to boil, and he let these 3 things sit in those hot pots for about 15 minutes. Okay, so he let it do its thing, and then after 15 minutes he turned off the heat and let it cool down. Well, Gracie was looking at him and wondering, what is he up to? What is he doing? And he began to talk to her about these objects. He said, Gracie, we started out with carrots. These were hard at first. They were raw, they were hard. But now look at them. How are they now? And she looked at them and she picked it up, and they were mushy and cooked through and soft. Okay. Let's put that down now. Let's look at the eggs. Well, what are the eggs now? They started out being raw, which means they just had this little shell to protect it, and it was all liquid and fragile inside. And now let's look and see how it is. And it was hard boiled. So it went from soft to hard. Looking at the carrots went from hard to soft. Okay? Third, we have our coffee, and she looked in there and all she saw was coffee, you know, the liquid. And you could not separate the grounds from the water, because the water became the coffee. So he talked to her and he asked her, Gracie, which of these 3 things do you think that you are when you deal with difficult things in your life? You know, when hard times come in your life, are you going to be like the carrot that starts out hard and something hard happens to you and all of a sudden you get weak and you're soft now and you can't go on? Or are you like an egg that started out fragile, and through the heat, through the hard time, you became hard, and maybe your heart started getting hard, and you started getting closed off, and it was a protective thing. You know, you became hard. Or are you like coffee, where the water and the coffee grounds came together and it created something beautiful, something wonderful, something very good tasting that many people today enjoy. And it became part of one another. Through that heat, it became its best self, right? Coffee by itself like this is no good until you put it through the hot water. And once it gets to that certain temperature, it is beautiful and wonderful. So he had Gracie think about that. And I think that is an awesome question for all of us, no matter our age. Are you like the carrot? Are you like the egg? Or are you like the coffee, where you will change yourself and everything around you? So during hard times, I want you to think about that. And I want to also focus, of course, on the Word of God. And these are some more verses. If you choose to accept it, to look these up today, and maybe you are old enough to look at them and read them on your own. Maybe you need a little help, and that's good too, because you can have your mom or dad or older brother or sister or grandma, someone walk through these verses with you. The one in the middle, Joshua 1:9, is the one that I'm wearing on my shirt today. And many of us have memorized that verse. To be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So I hope that you enjoyed that lesson today. And when you see a carrot or an egg or coffee, you might think about that and think about what God is teaching you and me through that object lesson. And just to remember that through our hard times, He is with us always, that we can be fragrant, we can be beautiful. He wants us to be strong, and He wants us to infect those around us in a positive way. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. So today, just enjoy thinking about God today. Enjoy thinking about all the wonderful things that you have in your life and people that you have in your life that you can be thankful for. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, kids.